we are going to discuss about the endorsement of Kindiki by 48 leaders, MPs from the mountain. We talk of the 48 from the mountain. Previously, they used to be referred to as Gema. Now 48 represents the Meru, Embu, and some Kambas. We have some Kambas within Embu County, Kina Mutava Misimi. We are referring to those such that they may be from 3 counties. That is the counties of Meru, Tharaka Nithi, and Embu. That is 3 out of 7 mountainous counties. But they, in my own estimate, they contribute to a third of the population. Now, if it is true that him being made the tribal chief gets any traction, then it means that he is going to eat into Rigathi Gachagua's area. But I want to tell you from the onset that you can take it to the bank that Rigathi Gachagua will be Ruto's running mate in 2027. But the question here is, apparently Ruto either is sponsoring or is sympathetic to these situations where Rigathi Gachagua is being disturbed. Then why the contradiction? It is not a contradiction. It is this way. If you stay comfortable without any exercises, you become fat. Now, if Rigathi Gachagua stays comfortable and whatever, he will grow fat. So it is just a piece of exercise that they are doing exercise on him so that to have a slim body. I hope you understand what I'm meaning. They want to place Rigathi Gachagua in his place. You can remember that in the 2022, Rigathi Gachagua was not Ruto's main candidate for the running mate. The main candidate for Ruto's running mate was Kindiki. But Rigathi Gachagua had to be taken in for various reasons. First of all, Raila chose a Kikuyu to be his running mate. We can talk all the English we want. We can quote all the laws we can. But even these Gen Zs you are seeing, they can make a lot of noise as they are making tribalist, leaderless, whatever less. But when elections come, the last 18 months, everybody rushes to his tribal cocoon. I'm saying so because I was a youth once, and these things have been happening with every generation of youth that come in. Even when I was doing my O level, ordinary level Form 4, we were being told that you are the young people who are educated who will liberate this country from tribalism. But my age mates who are now today, who are in the 70s, young men and young women, are now elders, you'll find that they today are the biggest tribalists. So we wait, maybe, but chances over 80% are that the Gen Z at one time in the future, especially around election time, they'll go tribal. So here we are. Raila had chosen a Kikuyu. Ruto was forced to choose a Kikuyu because on the ground vitu ni tofauti. It will reach a stage where Kikuyus will vote for one of them. Remember, for those of you who do not know Kikuyu, Mother Karua, she's from Kirinyaga. And Kirinyaga to the Kikuyus are like Suba. to the Luos and are also like Tiriki and Tachonis to the Luhya. So I don't, we used to have a problem when Tomboya wanted to rule Kenya, when Jaramogi used to tell him, you are a Suba. So it also happens in Kikuyu that among the Kikuyus themselves, Mother Karua can always be reminded that she's Andia. My grandmother tried to teach me Kirinyaga language. It was a bit hard because in Kikuyu, normal Kikuyu, they say Njokire Tene, but in Kirinyaga they say Njokire Kafere. The best definition of Kina Mother Karua is Suba, Tiriki, and Tachonis. But in the lack of any other Kikuyu, the Kikuyus would still vote for, and that is why Rigiji was chosen in the first place. Rigiji has deep pockets. Rigiji had deep pockets. I don't know whether Kidhuri Kindiki has deep pockets, but even if he has deep pockets, he comes across as one of those people whom, you know, we have political misers. Kibaki, Raila, Kindiki. You, if you go to those people and you think that utakula mshere, then you'll go back hungry, you'll be rained in, and you'll walk at night. So the reason why he was chosen was because of those things. But his biggest undoing, by which I can say, includes being a Dr. Karanja. You see, Dr. Karanja and Rigiji are political Makonde. Political Makonde, born on a Sunday, named by Saturday. Yani, he has come before he even realizes there he's gone. But with the new constitution and the new realization, you see, even in the believed difference, it is believed that Rigiji and Ruto are not talking on the same time. Even with the little difference that they have now, Rigiji will come out with some votes. So even if Ruto, you know, that is the problem that Raila never learned. Yeah, if Raila would have maintained votes like 2007, he had a sweep of Rift Valley. And in 2013, he gained more from elsewhere. But then you count the losses he had in Rift Valley was massive. So if Ruto does not learn from the history and publicly does not include Rigiji as his running mate, he will lose a lot of votes in the mountain area. And you see, in votes, losing one vote is more painful than gaining two. Because if you lose one and gain two, in the reality, you have gained one. So, in as much as you may try to get more votes, try to maintain the ones you have. Obviously, even if the status quo is maintained, there are some people in the central province who, because of what has been there with Gachagua, they cannot vote wholeheartedly for Ruto. So Ruto would be stupid to leave Rigiji. He would be advised to retain Rigiji, but retaining him in such a way that he has no home base. And that is why you see Kindiki will come and eat from the left and Ishungwa from the right to minimize him. You'll also know that Ruto has been the eliminator of tribal kingships. As we speak now, the only person who can authoritatively say that he is a tribal king is one called Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So in every region, all tribal chiefs have been finished, And I'm sure Ruto will not like the idea of another tribal chief in the form of Rigiji trying to be a tribal king. And people held their breath when Ruto and Raila faced each other. The people held their breath because Raila demolishes everybody. Raila demolishes everybody in his fight and whatever, unless of course there is a handshake. And Ruto also demolishes. So it was known that one of them would be killed properly. And when you look at the history of each one, it is like in the finals, none of them has ever lost a war. And then they are coming to that. Then a good chance came that the African Union came. So Raila was the last kingpin, tribal kingpin. And you find that Mutia Kamote nani? Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is still holding out, but it will not have a big effect. So after that, uh, I don't think that we are going to have any tribal person, and that is how nani anamalizwa. Kindiki cannot be taken to be the running mate for Ruto in 2027 for the reasons that I've said. The other reason is I don't think Kindiki has deep pockets. And even if he had deep pockets, as I've already said, uh, he's in the team of mean men. Mean men. I don't think that if Kindiki had money, lots of money, sacks of money, he would want to finance a presidential election from his pocket. So either he has no finance or he can't you have finance. And so I don't see him being the running mate. The only thing that can make him be the running mate is if Rigiji voluntarily and convinces people, yes, and convinces people that he has gone out. And you see in Kenya, we saw it recently in Eldoret. The deputy governor resigned. So simujui, if I would have known him, I would have asked him, did you resign or whatever, or you are pushed out? So if Rigiji follows suit, and we try to investigate and find out whether his going out was he pushed or did he go out voluntary or whatever, then we will be in a position to know. But if he convinces us or if he convinces the people of the mountain that he resigned voluntarily, then Kindiki can be the running mate. And you see also in the election, there is a lot of stamina, not physical stamina or whatever. There is the stamina of matusi. Maneno hurushwa. We have had a lot of things. Like there's a time some people are saying ati sijui Mudavadi yako na ati Mrs. Mudavadi amezaa mtoto na muhindi. But then when you tell him, okay, amezaa mtoto na muhindi, si ulete picha ya chotara. Say, don't you know that that was just political? We wanted just to kutukana na mtu. Yani unatukana mtu either kasir. That is why women in politics do have a lot of problems because they get emotional when you come to matusi. So Kindiki does not have stamina for matusi. And Kindiki is a politician ahead of his time. Kindiki is a politician ahead of his time. To some extent, following him not closely, but by far, is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. If you see the way Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka reasons and talks and whatever, he can be accepted across outside his tribe. But Kalonzo Musyoka's politics has been mostly Kenyan politics is that since Kalonzo ni Mukamba and something like that. But I hope in the future we have such politicians like Kalonzo Musyoka, Kindiki and whatever. People who are principled and people who cannot be voted because they come from a large tribe or they have they either come from large tribes, or they have deep pockets, or both such deep pocket and large tribe. Kindiki is somebody who can stand with you during your hard time. And I was really hurt because Kindiki participated in the ICC at The Hague. And then you find that the way he was kicked out of the position of deputy speaker of the Senate was very bad, especially from a person whom he had assisted in the ICC case. So that is how Kindiki is. He's a very principled person. Even when he was kicked out as the deputy speaker, you can see that the way he presented himself like a gentleman. He's one of the leaders who presented themselves like gentlemen. Um, my neighbor-in-law Duale was one of them, because Duale had been told to leave Ruto, and he said, "Why? Can you convince me? If you give me good reasons, then I'll do that." So, but we were talking about Kindiki. Kindiki was so much principled that when he was voted out as the deputy speaker, he walked out with his head high. As I said, Rigathi Gachagua is more of a businessman than a politician. Remember, when his brother was, that is the Ruto Gachagua, was the governor, it was alleged that the real governor was Rigathi Gachagua. Actually, uh, my mother is from those areas, and I'm the one who gave them. By the way, I'm the one who gave Rigathi Gachagua and Ruto Gachagua their voters cards in 1997 from a place called Kayaba Chief Center. It's now a sub county, Madera West. I am the one who issued them with the voters card. Uh, Previously, Derito Gachagua and Rigathi Gachagua were not even seeing eye to eye. But when Derito became the governor, it is even said that for you to win a tender in Nyeri County, you had to see Rigiji. You had to see Rigiji, and he would tell you that utanipa ngapi. That is how Rigiji was, and that is how he got most of the properties he has. You can even see now he amepata treetop, and I'm told the treetop hotel hakuipata hivi hivi. If Kimani Ichung'wah is to be trusted, alipewa treetop ndio anyamaze. Of course, he has registered in one of his sons' names. It is obvious that his difference with the, it is obvious that Rigiji's difference with Ruto will reduce Ruto's votes in the mountain, but it would be unwise for Ruto to drop Rigiji as his 2027 running mate. Meanwhile, I would say that, as I've said repeatedly, that all these things are being done to please, to keep Rigiji busy, so as not to disturb a lot. But Kindiki Githuri is one of the politicians who are ahead of his time, and I would have wished that he, in future, because the sixth president is somebody who has never been in Kanu. Remember, Ruto was a YK92. So the new generation of leaders, the kina Ichung'wah, kina KJ, KJ kijana yangu, and others, and kina Osoro, this Kisii man, and kina Babu Owino, kina Sifuna from my home area, and all that is the generation that is going to take over from Ruto. Keep this video. The good thing about technology today is that the minute it is uploaded, it is recorded forever. It will be known on such and such a day at such and such a time. JI-TENGE predicted this.